Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm Dennis Switzer, Sports Information Director and Director of Compliance here at Benedict College, and it is my honor this morning to lead things off for this historic announcement today that Benedict will be beginning men's volleyball beginning 2020-2021 season. This is exciting news for Benedict, and I don't want to take any more time up here. I'm going to introduce Dr. Artis, our President, CEO of Benedict College, to say a few words and get things started this morning. Dr. Artis.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Look alive. It's a good day on the campus of Benedict College, the HBCU that put the BC in HBCU. And incidentally, the HBCU of the year for 2019. It is only fitting that the HBCU of the year should take the lead, as we always do, in new initiatives. So we are pleased to announce, as has been alluded to already, we are pleased to announce that Benedict College will be among the 6 schools in the Sept conference who will begin men's volleyball for the 2020-2021 academic school year. That means our first series of games will begin in January of 21. This opportunity is made possible by a very generous $1 million grant funded with $600,000 from the First Point Volleyball Foundation, a nonprofit started by John Sparrow, head coach of the U.S. men's national volleyball team and UCLA, and $400,000 from USA Volleyball. Can we get a round of applause? Of that number, Benedict College will receive $150,000 to begin its men's volleyball program, which will fund us for the first 3 years of our athletic program. The CF will be the first historically black college and university conference to start men's volleyball. Yeah. So it is fitting that the HBCU of the year be in the number. This effort, of course, will increase opportunities for our students to participate in intercollegiate athletic activities, and of course will offer more campus and community engagement. All of our boosters, alumni, friends, family members, supporters, faculty, staff, and of course our students will have the opportunity to see our young men, who will no doubt win in the men's volleyball play. It will, of course, increase opportunities for recruitment to the HBCU of the year, which we're very, very excited about, and increase opportunities for inclusion and diversity. We are excited at Benedict College today to introduce a new sport to our array of athletic teams here already in place, and to provide more opportunities for you, our students. Allow me to thank each of you for having gotten up early this morning. I know you've already probably practiced and headed to at least one class, but thank you for taking a moment out of your busy day to share our great news. Benedict is on the move, and men's volleyball is just the latest exciting addition to all that we will do here at your HBCU of the year.
Thank you. First, let me just thank Dr. Artis, because when we started to talk about the possibility of being one of the member schools to start volleyball, men's volleyball, we tossed it around back and forth, and we say, well, what would the value bring to our campus? And just like she mentioned a few minutes ago, more activities. It's going to open the opportunities for more athletes to come in and be a part of already a great program, but to really strengthen that program. And then, you know, when you really look at it, we don't like being second no matter what it is. So you know, if we're out there running around the block, we want to win running around the block. If we're shooting marbles, when the day is over, we want all the marbles. I just want to point out our band director. You know, over 210 members this year. I mean, we don't want to be of the grant that we're receiving, along with 5 of the schools, which is going to be 6 from the SIC, that grant is going to make it possible that we build the program in the first 3 years so we can sustain the program and continue. I said the other day, and I said I wasn't going to say this, but I'm going to take a few minutes. We like winning the Commissioner's Cup. And second, we don't mention it around here too much. But we finished second and lost by 1 point. Now my challenge, and I'm going to ask Dr. Artist to come back up a minute, because my challenge, and come on up, Dr. Artist.
You're not going to stay.
I want you to be a part of this, because I want to introduce Coach Wynn Rouse, who will head up the men's team. And Coach, I'm going to put the ball in your hand,
Literally.
and let you have a few words. But one of the decisions as an athletic director, you always look for how can you have the smoothest transition when you bring in a new program. And that hands down, that really I didn't have a hard decision when I recommended to Dr. Artist that we bring Coach Rouse on board as our men and women volleyball coach here at Benedict College. So, Coach Rouse, we're going to turn it over to you.
First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Roger C. Artist and Coach Willie Washington for giving me this opportunity to be the first head-in volleyball coach here at Benedict College, alongside with my daughter, who could not be here today, Bianca Rouse, to be my assistant volleyball coach as well. Some of you might not know, but I actually have been here coaching the women's volleyball team for the past 32 years. It really would be an easy transition for myself and Bianca due to the fact that as of now, I currently am a certified volleyball official with boys and girls. So I have, for the last 5 years, been working with boys as well. I just, again, appreciate the opportunity and look for great things to come with the men's volleyball program. Go Benedict! Go Benedict!
I'm going to bring up Mr. Wade Gerard from First Point Volleyball to talk a little bit about their involvement in this grant and the whole, how everything came to be. Mr. Gerard, welcome to Benedict.
Thank you, Dr. Artist, Coach Washington. It is a pleasure for us to be here and to be partnering with USA Volleyball to be providing a $150,000 gift to Benedict College to start with. And there is some momentum here, and it's fun to be part of that momentum, very much so. I want to thank a number of people. Jamie Davis, the CEO of USA Volleyball, and his commitment to diversity and inclusion, and really championing this grant to get it approved. Also want to thank Kenny Rogers, who's the Strategic Initiatives Director for First Point Volleyball Foundation, is also on our board. And 2.5 years ago, he started an initiative we call Extending Our Reach, and how we can make a difference in the lives of kids of color through volleyball. And that led to some great discussions, 4 summits in different cities across the country, and one of those discussions was with your SIAC Commissioner Greg Moore in New York City, where we started talking about the SIAC and his vision and a kind invitation to join the President's Council of your conference at the NCAA convention in Orlando, where we went and had a discussion about the real momentum that is happening across the country in boys and men's volleyball. This is a good time to be starting this venture. Just even in the last 5 years, boys volleyball is by far the fastest growing team sport in America for boys. Grew at a 22% rate over the last 5 years. The second fastest growing team sport in America in the same 5 years only grew by 10%. So 63,000 boys are playing high school volleyball now, and we saw a state like Minnesota that went in a 2-year period from 0 high schools to 51 high schools. 1,000 boys in 2 years. 41 high schools in the state of South Carolina called into a call-in info call a year ago, expressing interest in wanting to learn more about starting boys volleyball, and we have 12, they'll probably be close to 40 in plan this next school year in the pilot, we believe. So some momentum here in the region as well. There's 80 colleges that have started men's volleyball in the last 7 years, and most have, if not all, have received an enrollment uptick, right? More applicants from all over the country, more applicants from all over the world. And plus, this is a good community sport here. It's a strength, power, dynamic sport. It'll be popular in the community. And so we're excited about being a fan. We celebrate First Points at First Point Volleyball Foundation. So I can schedule my calendar here, January 21. There'll be a First Point played at Benedict College at an inaugural home match. And we're looking forward to that. The vision behind this foundation is John Speraw, who's the founder of our organization. He started the foundation. He's the head coach of the USA men's national team and also the UCLA head coach. And his premise is that philanthropy can accelerate the pace of growth and provide more opportunities faster. Because we're already growing, right? Girls volleyball is the #1 team sport in America for girls. So we're growing along with the current, and now we're providing more opportunities faster. And so we applaud the vision here, Dr. Artis, Coach Washington, Coach Rouse, congratulations. We look forward to being fans of this program. And then lastly, I would call on all of you to encourage 12, 13-year-olds to experience their first point of volleyball, because you're hooked when you play this sport. And too often I'm hearing from 17 and 18-year-old boys, including more and more boys of color across the country, that just wish they had started earlier because they're having a blast playing volleyball. And so we really see this as the beginning of things here in Columbia and in South Carolina and the region. And our partner, Benedict College, is a big part of that. So thank you very much for having me and allowing us to be alongside you in your historic day. There'll be 3 more press conferences before the end of the week. We've already had 2. And by the end of this week, there'll be 18 more scholarships available in the men's volleyball landscape. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll do that. Our women's volleyball players in the house. All right, stand up, ladies. And when you beat the men, just for kicks. The goal is to see more and more and more zeros. We're going to say thank you for this initial contribution and know that our philanthropic support will continue to grow, as will our sporting activities here at Benedict College. Congratulations in advance to Coach Rouse for bringing home yet another winning team to Benedict College.
Also, this is sport number 15 here at the college.
All right.
For the size of our institution, we have one of the largest sports offering in Division II.
The largest winning. We're not focused on anything, but W's, right? Yes. I like W's and in my Cardi B voice, checks.
They would buy that. You know, you know.